Okay, the sound system of received pronunciation. We all because in court it's obviously a mid monotone, a mid vowel in RP, and then there's a high BAC vowel, like in and again a deep vowel, like the front equivalent is a little different. Most non-active speakers of RP use monophthong, which actually and last but not least there is the middle monophthong fair, and this vowel is really central. The orthographic R is not realized phonetically in RP as now at the short or less monophthong. These are two upper middle ones, one of which is the short E and not problematic at all, or sometimes made a bit too high by non-native speakers of English, and the equivalent behind is output, and again this is a relatively unproblematic phoneme for most non-active speakers of RP. The same goes for short bed as in bed, but it is often made to high by non-native speakers of English. Some languages realize dislike RP as a low front vowel, a very low vowel indeed. Listen again, but okay, now our a low back vowel is a cup, which is not problematic. And finally, we have the two middle vowels, which are wedges, but sometimes they may be a little problematic as they seem to get more and more centered in the RP, approaching square, which appears in letters in an unstressed position like in letters. So this is the vowel system of today's English, precisely the mono mushroom system of RP. So let's continue with diphthongs depending on the tongue position of the second vowel, which is called offset. The 8 diphthongs can be grouped into 3 sliding diphthongs and the 5 upward sliding diphthongs. Let's start with the three sliding diphthongs. They have in common that the words that give rise to them all have the post-vowel orthography R, which is phonetically realized by the schwa of the diphthong. So here we are. Here we approach the first near, and the first is if elements mushroom in RP, a mid-high front E is often produced too high by non-active speakers of English. RP is the upper mid back, but then again, it is often made a bit too high by non-active speakers of RP. Now let's look at the diphthongs that slides up. So this diphthongs looks simple, but often guides monophthongs by non-active English speakers when there should be no tendency in English to monophthongs. Guys, this diphthong, but not in RPAI, is relatively unproblematic. So it is a diphthong that starts with a low center, ends with a short up. Perhaps many non-native speakers make the offset a little too high in some cases. I will say in the anterior coronal region to learn all the consonants with their allophones. I suggest you visit the virtual linguistic campus on our IP Sound System unit. All continental phonemes can access, including sound samples in each case.